Hi everyone, welcome to A Ram's Life. I'm Grace, and in today's video I'm going to be dyeing my hair purple. Well, at least I'm going to be trying to dye my hair purple. Quarantine has led me to do a lot of things with my hair. First of all, I dyed my hair brown, and now I want to dye it again. I have dyed my hair a total of 5 times? Okay, so 5 times in the span of a year. So obviously my hair has been through a lot. I've got a month left in quarantine. I might as well do something. So today I've chosen to dye my hair purple. I'm going to be using Manic Violet Night. This is a 4-ounce container, so I got 2 of them because my hair is, you can't really see, but it's pretty long. It goes down to like my back, and it's not super thick, but I do have quite a bit of hair, so that is why I opted to get 2 just in case. Also, I forgot to add, I also cut my bangs in quarantine. That's what these are. I'm kind of letting them grow out. I like the way that they look, but it's a lot of upkeep, so I was just like, we're just gonna let them grow out. So, like I said, my hair's been through a lot. But again, since we only have 1 month left of quarantine, I figure I might as well do it now. So, quick disclaimer, I have not bleached my head. So this is just my brown hair. It's kind of light-ish brown, medium brown, depending on the light. It hasn't been dyed. When it got dyed brown, it was a couple months ago, so I haven't touched like the color of my hair at all. What I will say is, I don't know if you're able to tell in this lighting, but some of my roots definitely are growing out, which is a little bit of a concern for this because I'm worried that my roots are gonna be like bright purple and the rest of my head is not. So yeah, if you're watching this video and you're thinking of dyeing your hair, keep in mind that the result that I get is gonna be different from someone with darker hair, from someone who bleached their hair. They recommend that you do bleach your hair beforehand, that way you can get the best results. I'm not really looking for like a pastel color. I kind of just like the darkness. So the first thing I'm doing is putting on gloves. These are super important because hair dye it will stain everything. So that's why I'm wearing a shirt that I don't really care about because I know for a fact that it will get dye on it. So what I've done to my hair is I shampooed it earlier so it's clean, but I didn't use conditioner. They say not to use conditioner because at least with Manic, it is kind of a conditioning product, I guess, so the dye is not going to stick as well if you condition your hair beforehand. All I've done is shampoo it, I dried it. You have to make sure that your hair is dry while you do it, and then obviously I just brushed it, but that's all I've done beforehand. In order to tackle this the right way, I am going to be sectioning my hair into 4. So I'm going to take this top section of the left side of my head, tie that off, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Same thing, just gonna tie this up and get it out of the way. Okay, so now that I have sectioned off my hair into 4 sections, I guess I'm going to start with the dye. If you guys wanna dye your hair, definitely do a test strand. I'm a very impatient person, which I'm sure I'm going to regret later on in the process, but I think I'm just gonna full send it and start dyeing my hair. Some people dilute the mixture with some regular old conditioner. I'm not going to be doing that because I do just want this dark color. So I have this little container. You're also supposed to use a tint brush. I do not have a tint brush, so I'm just going to be using my hands. I've seen people do that and they say it works just fine. Oh, no. One more thing that I have to do to prep. I'm just going to take some Vaseline and go around on the spots that would get dye on it, because like I said before, it definitely will stain. So just going around the hairline, jawline as well. Wherever you think you might end up spilling dye, it doesn't hurt to just put some Vaseline on there to make sure it doesn't stain. All right, I'm gonna put my glove back on. This might be a little bit difficult because I now have Vaseline all over my fingers. All right, I have done my best to prep everything, and now I guess we're just gonna go in. So I'm gonna open this. One of the things, I've read a lot of reviews for Manic, they have no bad chemicals. I think it's like, yeah, it's vegan, it's not tested on animals. So if you guys are looking for a hair dye brand that is vegan and cruelty free. I definitely, oh! That just got on my white toilet. Give me a second. Please don't stick. Okay. Yeah, it didn't sit on there for very long, so it's coming off. All right. What I've learned from that experience is to be careful when you're opening your hair dye. Because it has like this little, that I've been struggling. Okay. Ooh. That's what the color looks like. That is a little bit pinker than I thought it was going to be. It's not focusing. Oh! Okay, well, I just dropped it in my sink, but the good news is I lined the sink with saran wrap, so it just fell in the saran wrap. I'm already not doing well. So I'm just gonna put this in there. Start out with like a little bit. Okay, take it strand by strand. I'm starting with the back just because it's gonna be harder to access if I start with the front. Now that I have done one section, I'm going to go ahead and do the other 3 sections off camera. I'm just going to be doing the same thing, applying it starting towards the top, bringing it down, and making sure it goes through all of my ends, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Obviously I did not do too great of a job trying to keep the dye off of my skin, so right now, oh my gosh, it's in my ear. Well, right now I'm just trying to get this off. I went through all of the sections as well as I could to get everything even. I would recommend having a wide, what is it called? Wide tooth comb, like the one I was using in the video, to make sure that the dye is evenly distributed, because that's a problem that I've come in contact with before. The dye just gets all patchy and weird because it wasn't evenly applied. Right now I'm just using soap and water to try to get this stuff off of my face, and it's on my neck. I did the best that I could. Not the greatest, but I don't want to end up washing some of the dye out when I'm scrubbing. So now I am just going to be putting saran wrap on my head. Normally, people use professional hair caps. The plastic ones are like shower caps. I don't have those. Most people use, instead of that, plastic bags. For some reason, I don't have those, so we're gonna use saran wrap.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so this is not working. I'm going to go find a trash bag, put that on my head, and call it a day. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I let it sit for closer to like an hour and a half. I was just watching an episode of Criminal Minds and it just kind of went longer than I set my timer for. But while I was letting it dry, I looked up online that it's also helpful if you use a hair dryer and to just kind of dry it around with like warm to hot air, because that, I guess, helps it like sit better or something. So I did that for a little bit, only for a couple minutes. I didn't do it for too long, but now I am going to rinse the extra color out. So I'm going to go in the shower. I am going to rinse everything out until the water is clear, so there's no more purple left over. And then afterwards, this isn't a necessary step, but I did find an old box of hair dye, and in it, it had this like after dyeing conditioner that's supposed to soften it and keep the color in. So I think I'm going to use this as well. It's not a necessary step, but I do want the hair to be conditioned, but also to have the color stick. So I'm going to let it run through. I'm going to put this in, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then I will be back. Also, before I go, I will show you what it looks like. I don't know, in certain lightings I can't tell it's there. Obviously it's purple because it's on my skin, but that is what it looks like now. I'm gonna go wash this out. All right, it is the next day. I didn't want to record my outro yesterday because I knew that the color was going to look better in sunlight, which is what it looks like right now. What's interesting about this is that in every different lighting setting, it comes up as a different color. So right now on camera, it looks dark-ish purple. When I take pictures on my camera, it almost looks red sometimes. If it's in a dark setting, it just looks like black. As you can see, well, first of all, I kind of accidentally dyed my scalp a little bit. But as you can see, towards the roots, it's a little bit more purple. And that's because, like I said before, I had dyed my hair brown a month or so ago, and my roots, my natural roots, I'm a natural blonde, were starting to grow out. So the dye stuck to my roots better than it did to the rest of my hair. What I will say though, my hair has never been so soft. Yesterday, after my hair dried, after the conditioner and stuff, it has never been so soft, and I feel like it looks pretty healthy too. I'm glad that I didn't bleach it because I know that would have just been a mess, and just trying out a color, I wanted to see what it looked like on dark hair. Alright, that is about all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe to A Ram's Life if you haven't already. I know I've done a lot of hair videos. I dyed my hair brown, I cut my bangs, and here I am dyeing my hair purple. Well, I can't promise it'll be the last one, but for now, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take it easy on my hair, let it recover, because I know it's been through a lot. But if you're thinking about dyeing your hair during quarantine like I did, I would definitely recommend it. And even if you have darker hair like I did, it still worked, and it gave it a really interesting tint. Like, it almost looks blue and silver in some places, which is actually really cool. Down in the description box below, you're going to see a link to my last video as well as my other YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out too. Alright, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.